Hi everyone, it's Carrie, aka Nerdy Girl Creates, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today is Indie Friday, and we're going to take a look at a very special indie project. I'm talking about BRZRK Volume 1 from Boom Studios, written by the famous Keanu Reeves and Matt Kindt, drawn by Ron Gardney and colors by Bill Crabtree and Clem Robbins, as well as multiple other covers done by everyone from Tyler Kirkham to Raphael Grumpa. Now, BRZRK, which was also a Kickstarter campaign that I actually invested in for all the volumes, focuses on a unique super agent who was born over 80,000 years ago. He was created after his mother prayed to the gods for a weapon to defend their village from neighboring tribes. His mother wakes up the next day pregnant and soon after gives birth to a superpowered child. He goes into a berserker mode when he kills anything in sight. His parents are determined to help him channel this rage. Flash forward, and our protagonist is working with the US government. In exchange for participating in missions, the government is trying to learn what makes him immortal so he can eventually die, and they can create a team of super soldiers. So what did I think of BRZRK? Let's start with my favorite thing, the art. To be honest, I feel like the artist is trying to duplicate Frank Miller's style, especially back from the 80s. It's very rough and looks off for some reason. I'm not sure exactly what it is. It feels kind of incomplete in certain panels, like the lines aren't meeting where they're supposed to. The colors are also very muted with the exception of certain shades of red. It's very dark. Doesn't feel like the art is very unique, like it doesn't have a signature style. It feels more like a copy of other more popular styles, so I'm not really that big of a fan. The other thing is it's also very obvious that this project is being set up to be translated into a live action film or series for Reeves, since the character itself is modeled directly after the actor. I believe there has been an announcement from Netflix that they're doing something with this. I can't be sure. So as for art, I'm not really a big fan. I'm not saying it's horrible. There's just something about it that I don't really like. Now, story-wise, well, the plot takes a lot of cues from movies and comics such as Conan the Barbarian, Hercules, Assassin's Creed, Highlander, Wolverine, and that Vin Diesel movie that recently came out where he played the immortal witch hunter. I mean, literally. The difference is he's not hunting witches, at least not yet that I know of. Like the art, it doesn't feel unique, but that doesn't necessarily mean it's bad, just not new. The writers do their best by bringing something interesting to a very overused concept. There is a lot of mystery surrounding the main character. For example, we don't know what his real name is. We don't even get a hint of that, with the exception of, referred to him as, which is Unit. Also, we aren't exactly sure how he came to be. According to the mother, she cast a spell asking the gods to provide her with a weapon. Also, how did he get mixed up with the government? Are their intentions good? Is he the only one of his kind? These are just some of the stuff that keep you intrigued with the story. And Keanu, unlike other celebrity writers, and I'm looking at you, Emilia Clarke, he knows his audience, okay? He's not trying to write something that's not going to appeal to comic book fans. He knows what comic book fans want, and he's giving it to them, okay? He isn't trying to cater to the Twitter mob, which is obvious with this story. There's no woke agenda or anything like that. There's no politics. You could obviously tell Keanu is a fan of comics and action fantasy films. He knows what fans want, and he doesn't hesitate in giving it to them. There's a lot of action, there's a lot of blood and gore, and on top of that, a very interesting take on a overused storyline. Overall, I am curious to see how this plot progresses. As I said earlier in the video, I did do the Kickstarter campaign, so I should be getting the rest of the graphic novels. I'm happy to see Keanu is trying to create new content without falling into the agenda trap, that's plaguing Marvel and DC, in my opinion. He doesn't talk down to fans. He's never combative. He chooses to instead enjoy what he loves with his fans. It is refreshing, and I hope it continues on, and I would like to see that this story progresses as it improves and stands on its own and becomes very memorable. Like I said, it's not necessarily an original concept, but the creative team does bring an interesting take on it. I do hope, though, I don't know if they're going to be using the same artist for the future graphic novels. I know the covers are going to have different people. I believe there's a bunch of variants, too. I kind of wish they would maybe change up the artist, because like I said, I'm not a really big fan of this art. It just seems, I don't know, there's something off about it. It's one of those things you look at and you're just trying to place what's wrong, and you can't seem to figure it out. The other thing is the storyline flows pretty good. I mean, you do get some exposition, but it doesn't feel like it's like dragging on the story. It feels like it's well balanced. Again, it's like you can't help but think when you're reading this that Keanu Reeves is a huge Wolverine fan, because his character literally can heal from anything. He can't die. The only thing he's missing is the adamantium skeleton. Yeah, and he's kind of like that rugged look too, like Wolverine. It's kind of, yeah, I know who Keanu's favorite superhero is just by reading this. I hope, like, he could develop, like, a villain, too. There doesn't seem to be one specific villain. He is just going on these missions and taking out, who's on the watch list of the government that week. There's no, like, one core villain so far. It could turn out to be the government. I'm not sure, but it would be nice to have an adversary for him that doesn't change constantly. You need a Joker to his Batman, is what I'm saying. So I would like to see a villain emerge in the upcoming issues. So tell me, have you read Berserk? And what did you think? Are you getting the rest of the volumes? Did you do the Kickstarter? Did you go directly through Boom Studios? Let me know down below in the comment section. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Hit that notification bell so you know when I have a new video up, and I will see you on the next one. Bye.